Alright, hello everybody, it is Krabby here, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving my thoughts on FlowBee's thing called a much needed apology and a correction. As you know, I've been somewhat involved in this. I've done 2 reviews, or 3 reviews I guess, of his runs, and apparently they were fake, and I realized this, and I've said this on like my previous videos, but some people still don't understand that I know. But the video that I made that has a lot of views about his run, um, I do know was fake, and yeah, I didn't know at the time. So I also made another video called the FlowBee situation, or the toxic flow situation, and that was just explaining this. So here's the thing. He made this little document here, and I will not be addressing like this or this because I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about it. It's too serious. I don't know anything about it. So what I'm going to be addressing is the speedrunning part of it because I've watched all of his runs and I know how they work. So a lot of people are pretty like goofing on this, and I have already read this. If you want to read this, you can read it yourself. But basically, about his runs, I know that this run is fake. He knows that this run is fake, and he's saying this is fake. And but I'm mainly talking about these runs, so his sub 15s, because I've watched his 1152, and I made a review on his 1152. Um, because it was a crazy run, and I don't know if it's fake or not. I'm leaning towards the side that it's fake since he's already faked one of his newest runs. I'm thinking most likely he's not just like that good of a person, and his speed runs haven't been that mechanically skilled, and I knew this from when I watched the videos. So we're gonna hop right into it. So going from fastest to slowest of the runs, 11:32. This run is legit. The fact I spied off the horrible triangulation is a true miracle. Sorry. So here's the thing. He didn't triangulate this stronghold that he went to. He triangulated, and they went this direction, like a direction, right? He enters back through the portal and then turns around and goes back the other direction. Now, I wasn't noticing this when I was actually analyzing the run because I was already commentating about the blaze or something, I forget. But I wasn't focused on this in the run, so he kind of just turned around and went the other way, and I thought that's the way that the angle went, but apparently not. So, and previously to that moment, he crafted 4 gold picks for some reason, most likely because he knew that he was going to have to dig through a wall because he already knew the seed, and that he'd already played the seed. So the way that he has to dig through the wall in pre-crafting gold picks is just very suspicious, and yeah, I don't believe this at all. So he says, I knew it was far, I knew the angle, I took a guess and it paid off massively. This is also not true because when he took the angle, he saw the angle and then he turned around and went the other way in the nether. He literally saw it and he's like, no, I'm going the other way. So I spend multiple hours each week just doing nothing but calculated for practice. I mean, I believe this. It's kind of a, I mean, I wouldn't do this. Just doing calculated for practice, but he links a video, and I mean, I guess he's doing that. So, but this was not calculated travel. When he calculated, he went the wrong way, as I said before, and then he blind travels into the stronghold. Uh, just out of sheer luck, I guess. I don't know. No, it was definitely because he had scouted this seed before. So, I've never claimed I hit every single one. I've never claimed I don't get bad calculateds. Calculateds. Um, this really reminds me of the Bryce Hall thing. I've never claimed to be a fighter. I've never claimed to be a fighter, but anyway, this video is a perfect example of what my average blinds actually are. This one, I'm guessing. People have questioned my reset efficiency and playstyle and have accused me of knowing seeds based on forcing overworlds like I do. Yes, he definitely forces overworlds, and it's kind of clear that he forces them because he knows that he's going to get a good nether, and he plays the overworlds very forced, and then he gets into the nether, and he has an insane nether. Um, I have always claimed I play for sub 15s, not PBs. I reset for either fastions or 20 obsidian runs. I mean, yeah, most people do that. The fact I pull so many calculateds is because I reset for it. I do more calculated runs in a day than people seem to think. About 1 to 5 or 1 to 6 of these runs is actually worth mentioning. This is a pretty high fraction, but I don't really know about calculated because I don't do it. I'm not a super big RSG player. But there's no way you reset for calculated. There's just no way. That's just ridiculous. 1158. This run is legit. People have claimed it's fake because I grabbed the chest with the 10 obsidian at the bottom when I already had 10 to leave. I'm trying to think of this run. People have claimed, okay, 10 obsidian. Oh, yes, okay. So this is when he grabbed a chest at the bottom and it had, like, he already had 10 obsidian and he grabbed another chest to get more obsidian. Because he wanted 20 for calculated travel, because you need 20 obsidian for calculated travel. I agree with you guys that I should have left, but I didn't because I reset for 20 obsidian. 20 obsidian. So, I mean, if he's resetting for 20 obsidian, you don't really do that. You leave a bastion. When you have 10, you leave, and you've already looted the close proximity chests. Because when you're at the top of, like, I don't know, treasure, housing, whatever, you get the chests around you in the proximity, and then you leave if you have 10. You don't go to another chest and wait for 20. That's ridiculous. You don't play for that. I simply planned to check some chests to see if I could somehow force it. The first chest I checked simply had the obsidian I needed. That's so suspicious. It just simply had the obsidian. Pure luck. People have claimed it's fake because I said, I think I hit the blind. Yes, I remember this. This was a little bit weird. But just before I built my second portal. Now, this is not weird to say because if you're... Let's see what he says. I'm sure he's going to say that. This was because I already knew the stronghold was there. This is absolute... Because he already checked the distance. Anyone with a decent amount of awareness can see that based on my coordinates at the first portal and the fact that they are heading towards the outside of the ring is quite logical that I am decently close. Yes, so saying, I think I hit the blind is a little bit weird to say. I don't know. I wouldn't say it or anything, but if you know you're gonna hit the right coordinates and stuff, you could say that, and it wouldn't be, that suspicious. I wasn't doubting him for that, so I gambled on it being 400 away because it was a decent guess between it being 50 blocks away and 700 blocks away. Okay, so that run, I don't. This run was definitely fake, I think. In my opinion, because the obsidian, the hit the blind thing, this is actually like a 50-50 for me. Because the obsidian, you could maybe justify the obsidian, and this I don't really see as a strong point against him. But if he's cheating in all these other runs, it's just expected that he's cheating in this one, so... 1259. This run is legit. People claim it's fake because I forced another bad overworld again. So yeah, he's forcing bad overworlds. This is just something he does. This is the first day I started practicing with Pyre. The day before Talking Mime's video on Pydar came out. I was running any ocean seeds and checking for buried treasure. My reset efficiency these days especially were horrendous. The full VOD from that day specifically can be found here. So he was running ocean seeds and checking for buried treasures. This is the seed where he was using Pydar to... Wait. No, he was using Pyre to check for chests, because you can use the pie chart to check for chests for, what's it called? Buried treasure. But what was suspicious about this is because when he was in the chunk that he started pyring, or using the pie chart, he was on 2 render distance, and he was 5 or 4 chunks away from the chest, which means when he got the chest pop up or whatever, and he headed over that way to that coordinates to pinpoint the chest, there's no way he could have seen it because he was 4 chunks away on 2 render distance. 2 render distance means you're only seeing 2 chunks, generating 2 chunks. So there's no possible way. So this one is cheated, 100%. I was running Ocean Seeds. Okay, my reset efficiency these days were especially horrendous. The full vol. Okay, yeah. So I get flack for not looting for a shipwreck. There was a shipwreck, looking for a shipwreck. It had an entry next to it. It had iron. It would have been almost as fast, if not faster, than the buried treasure route. I simply didn't go for it because he was playing treasures all day. This is a fake run. I can't say this is not because there's literal proof that he couldn't have generated the chest from there, or he couldn't have, pie charted the chest there. So I just don't believe this. It would have been almost as fast, if not faster, than the bear. Yeah, and he should have looked for a shipwreck as well if he wasn't. I, I mean, I guess he could have just been playing for buried treasures all day, but that's weird. Still, not to look for a shipwreck. It's kind of weird to do. Anyway, people then also claim my blind was fake because of how far I went out. Mind you that I'm perfectly within the ring and not far away from optical chords. In fact, my blind would have been almost as good at more optimal chords. He passed the stronghold. This was me just going further than out than I needed to, solely because I ran there with no real mindset. Yeah, so when he was at optimal chords when he left the fortress in this run, so he was like at the edge of the fortress and he could have blinded there. He was at decent chords. But then he pearls across a lava lake to another spot, which would have been really good, like perfectly fine blind coordinates as well. But then he walks up the hill even more in the nether, and then blind travels at the top, and then gets an ocean spawn. So let's see. This was me on. I get flack for digging into the stronghold where I did, but when I'm on such good pace and I see a room that has a small chance to be the portal room, when I don't see it anywhere, I'm digging in there. Looking from the top, it's the room that looks the most like it could be the portal room. Yeah, so when you see a portal room, like digging into the stronghold, like in an ocean exposed, I forget if this must have been ocean exposed. Uh, Sometimes you do forget to look for the portal room. I'm not saying this isn't fake because of that. Obviously, I'm just saying that this isn't like a reason to say he cheated. This might be just a little bit of a nerves issue, which, yeah. So anyway, 1358. This run is legit. People have claimed it's fake because I was so fixated and certain on the stronghold being where I wanted to blind, even after blinding in a position where it wasn't. Let's see. I was so fixated and certain on the stronghold being where I wanted to blind, even after blinding. Okay, yeah, so I did a distance estimation. I had a rough idea of where it was. I knew I didn't blind where I wanted to blind, so before throwing my eye, my expectation is that it's going in the direction I want to actually blind. It did. This is not suspicious or weird. Anyone claiming this is suspicious or weird is simply nitpicking and trying to claim anything I do as fake. So I can't speak that much on this run because I don't remember it enough. And let's see here. I did see it, but only once, and I didn't review it. So yeah, I'm not going to speak on this one. Based on this, of what people are accusing him of, it seems not that suspicious, but I can't really go off of this because this is obviously bias. This is not throwing my eye. Yeah, I don't know what happened in this run. So 1412, this run is legit. People have claimed it's fake, and again, based on the fact that I forced a bad overworld. If you're getting accused of faking bad forcing bad overworlds in every single one of your runs, you probably are cheating because you're forcing horrible overworlds. Because you know that you're gonna get a good nether. As I mentioned before, I am okay with sort of forcing bad overworlds because it gives me more nethers. More nethers means more chance for 20 obby bastions. More 20 obby bastions means more chance for good calculate. This is not spelled right. Where I can sub 15. So forcing a bad overworld does not necessarily mean you're going to get more nethers, because you could get a nether that's horrible. So this is not really an excuse. I don't know. More 20 obby bastions, like, you can play with 10 obby. It's not that hard. Just go to good blind coordinates. You shouldn't be resetting with 20 obby. That just doesn't seem like a top resetting for 20 obby. That doesn't seem like a top runner play. More chance for good calculateds. Okay, I'm perfectly okay with checking a shipwreck that's a bit out of the way to see if it points me to a good treasure map, which it did. People also claimed I had weird pathing to find the fortress. 11T at one point points out where he would have pearled and where he believes everyone should have pearled. I'm sorry, 11D, but I disagree so much here. So, yeah, 11D mentioned that everyone should have pearled at this one spot in the run and going towards the fortress. And I have to agree with 11D a little bit more than this, because I would have pearled there. I don't think everyone would have pearled there, but I think the majority of most players would pearl there, and he didn't, because of, yeah, it was just such a weird thing. And saying, I don't know, whatever. Either way, we could have gone. Wait. Either way, we could have gone. Would have led us towards the next quadrant, which is the goal. When pearling that direction, I'm simply keeping closer to 0, 0 in case terrain turns bad, so I can easily move over to the new quadrant. Just because you and I and other top runners wouldn't do the same doesn't mean your play is wrong. He also sneaks this in a lot, that he's a top runner, even up at the top. Like, if you're cheating any runs, which you admitted to already, you're not a top runner anymore. So just don't consider yourself one, just because if you cheat a run, you're just not anymore. Maybe if all of these runs were legit, but at least 2 of these, maybe 3, 4, all of them could have been cheated, and so I don't like that. So doesn't mean my play is wrong. There was also a claim pre-routed this seed because of the chests I found in lower housing and the fact I never looked at indicators. I never learned these indicators you mention. I simply look at the structure to see if it will have a chest. Sometimes I get it wrong, sometimes I get it right. In this case, I got it right. Finally, there is a comment about my stronghold navigation. So this up here, actually, yeah, you can look at the housing generation to check where the chests are. And I guess he doesn't do that, which is just kind of dumb. I don't, and rolling for the obsidian, whatever. I don't really know. I think that's very suspicious, but any case, I got it right. Finally, there's a comment about my stronghold navigation, and I agree. There's a point to be made that it looks incredibly cheated, but it isn't. Okay, this is not that much of a argument here. I'm just gonna point this out, but it isn't is not a great argument. So, uh, this looks very incredibly cheated. That stronghold thing. I've been a firm believer of left side, best side for months and months on end now. I've claimed this plenty of times before, and I will stand by it. I went left because of this. So, obviously, committing to a left side, best side is not good. I don't. It's not really like a thing, because going straight down is always the best. I don't really know what he's talking about in here, but um, this is not a great argument for this. It's just not. I went left because of this. Furthermore, I first went right because of a four-way being there. I didn't check left because there was no light. Next, I had two choices, a four-way or a five-way. I chose the four-way. Next, I could have checked but left, but I decided to open a door first. I noticed light and wanted to check it out. Well, just because you opened a door first, instead of going left, that kind of puts away the point of you being a left side, best side believer, because you chose a different door before the left. I noticed light and wanted to check it out rather than ending up at that light. However, I see more light as I pass by and check that out first. This ends up being the portal room. It was very suspicious navigation. I agree with some of the points on his, but just going left side because you think it's the best side doesn't make it not suspicious. So I simply kept going in decently logical directions until I followed light. Okay, so yeah, I don't believe this. It was so suspicious that I can't even believe this, and just this is not a great argument here. So it's not not great there looking for him. But anyway, this is legit 1433. Although it is definitely the worst seed of the bunch and has the weirdest play, I totally agree. It looks suspicious. The pre-crafting of the pickaxe, the digging through the wall. So this is the one with the digging through the wall, not the other one. Yeah, okay. So this one looks suspicious, he says. The pre-crafting of the pickaxe, the digging through the wall, the not resetting lava housing, the calculated basically into the stronghold. I don't reset lava housing because I know how to play it, but anyway. The calculated basically into the stronghold. It all looks bad, but it is legit, however. I crafted a gold pick since I had feeling I was going to dig through walls based on terrain ahead of me. Even if I didn't have to, a gold pickaxe is never bad to have. So yeah, I don't know if this is the one where he crafted 4 picks or it was the one above. Because one of them he crafts like 3 or 4 gold picks, which is very suspicious, but I was going to have to dig through walls. Crafting a gold pick because you have a feeling you're going to dig through walls is like just suspicious. Why would you not craft like an axe? I don't really know. But even if I didn't have to, a gold pickaxe is never bad to have. That's true. I didn't reset the lava housing because it was already decently late at night and I just felt like playing. Okay. That's okay. I felt like playing Outworlds. I didn't reset it and pulled 20 obby, and that's what allowed me to make this a sub 15. I never expected to even get a sub 20 when I saw lava housing, but I played it out either way. I don't understand. I mean, lava housing is bad, but you can definitely get a decent time off it. This isn't because my bad reset efficiency. This was simply because I wanted to play out runs. Well, that is bad reset efficiency, but anyway. Um, when I was building the second portal, doesn't look clean, but at this point I was just tired. I already decided on in my mind how I was going to build it, and since I wasn't expecting anything particularly good, I just went with it and forced my build that way. Yeah, this one was one of the most suspicious just because of the gold pick crafting. Just all of this combined was so suspicious. The digging through the wall and then calculating basically to the stronghold. That's literally what he says. And his only argument is that he was tired, which is just not a great argument in any situation. Don't use that. But yeah, that's all I can really address. I don't know anything about this, so addressing any of this is too serious for me, and I'm not going to just because it would be dumb. I have no knowledge on it. So, and that's the video. I'm a Minecraft speedrunner. Um, I will be making more videos, and thanks for the subscribers recently. I've been gaining quite a few, and yeah, it's great. Anyways, I will talk to you guys in the next video.